呢個世界好多嘢，好似我媽話齋，命中整定。
Made in Hong Kong is the first feature-length film directed by Fu Chen. The film is his first indie film after he is dissatisfied with his previous two commercial films. As stated in his biography, film critic and director Xu Kei watched the script and he thought the script is complete. It can be financed by a company for around 260,000 USD. But I want to have the complete control for this film. I want to make a film I would love. He set out to develop this film as different as other commercial films. The film has a small budget of roughly 65,000 USD. Due to the budget limitations, many sacrifices must be made, such as using non-professional actors, handheld camera during location shooting, and leftover films are used. But he can utilize these limitations to develop a realistic style, which later becomes his signature style. These limitations are what created the unique feeling for this film that can be examined through the postmodernism and psychoanalytic lenses. Made in Hong Kong follows Autumn Moon, a working-class teenager searching for the purpose of life. He and his mentally disabled friend Sylvester encountered a girl called Ping, who is suffering from a terminal illness, which later becomes his love interest. Moon's worldview started shaken after he finds the suicide letter from a schoolgirl, Susan, whose death he cannot make sense of. Moon begins a slow descent into hopelessness after his friend Sylvester was killed by the Triad and Ping died from her illness. He started questioning his place in the city of Hong Kong as a youth. The film was released in 1997, which is around the time of the Handover. The tragic approach of this film represents the feelings most Hong Kongers felt during Handover of 1997. They are uncertain about the future and are anxious about the identity for themselves. The lost, disappointing feelings of Moon reflects the feeling of Hong Kongers. The film itself reflects a post-colonial identity crisis. The character of Moon is part of a society defined as marginal by colonial discourse. I will be examining two montages from the film with postmodernism and psychoanalytic lenses to see how the film projects Hong Konger emotions during the handover onto the character of Moon. This scene is about Moon takes an assassination contract to raise money for Ping's kidney transplant. It starts with a shot of Moon fixing the poster of the film, Leon the Professional. He then put on glasses similar to what Leon wore in the film and proceeds to dance with a revolver in his hand. It is a representation of him imagining himself having the power of violence. He tries to mimic the character of Leon. The scene continues with one of the friends of Moon being chased by triads. He knocks on the door of Moon's house, but Moon is too immersed in the music he was listening to. His friends ask for an adult at the next door, but the adult refuses to help. This moment cleverly uses symbolism to represent the adults are giving up on the youth. Moon wants to be the hero with the power of gun in his hand. However, he is only imagining his hero figure and fails to rescue the person who needed help. These scenes use many shots of reflections like mirror and shadows. It echoes with the theory by Jacques Lacan. We have only to understand the mirror stage as an identification, in the full sense that analyze gives to the term, namely, the transformation that takes place in the subject when he assumes an image. Moon imagines himself as the hero protector like Leon in the film, but ultimately failed in the reality. With a symbolic shot of Moon inserting the revolver into a mooncake, it is a direct echo to the ending of the film and a way to reflect the hopelessness Hong Kongers felt when their identities were lost after the handover and don't know how to protect their identities. The assassination scenes directly follows the gun dance scenes. It starts with Moon calmly smoking a cigarette while recognizing the targets through their pictures. He carefully assassinates the target with his revolver and throws it into a rubbish bin nearby. Then the film uses a rewind effect to jump back to reality, revealing that the previous shots are Moon's imaginations of a better self. In reality, he is clumsy and nervous about the assassinations. The editing uses frequent jump cuts to jump around the time of the assassination, which in the end reveals that Moon is not brave enough to assassinate the target. Then the film uses a long take of Moon running away from the scenes to bring the narratives back into reality. One of the hallmarks of postmodernism is fragment narrative and time. As stated by Linda Hutcheon, postmodern fiction often refuses linear chronology, preferring instead to present events out of order, to blur the boundaries between past and present, or to loop time back upon itself. The editing of these scenes made the narrative fragment. It is edited according to the emotions of Moon instead of the time order of the scenes, emphasizing the feeling of loss and nervousness of Moon, presenting a destabilized reality. It also reflects the uncertainty Hongkongers felt during the handover. To me, these two scenes are the perfect examples of Fu Chen combining postmodernism and psychoanalytic narratives with the emotions of Hongkongers. It expresses the filmmaker's emotions by its character, which is a great way to blur the line between reality and fictions. This is only two of the examples where Fu Chen uses untraditional narratives to structure the film. There are plenty more scenes that shows the film is an avant-garde masterpiece even by today's standard. In terms of context and techniques, it remains culturally relevant, especially after 2019. It expresses the feelings most Hongkongers felt at the time, and most people still feel the same.